Remember, race fans, here's how this is going to work. Our drivers, as our pace car ducks in at turn number 3, our drivers will go around the short oval here, and they will head for turn number 3 and 4, where you see our officials standing by the white line. That is the acceleration line. That is what the drivers will, that's the starting point for them. They must cross that sequentially in order for a proper start, and if we do that, John Moreland, our Winston Cup NASCAR flag man, will drop the green flag for us, and we'll be off and running. Here come those drivers as they approach the line. Heart speeding, engines ready to go. And here we go, our first qualifying heat of the afternoon. And so Lovelace takes the lead on lap number 1. And Gabor dropping down low to the inside as he's known to do. Lovelace will lead lap number 1 in this qualifying heat. In the second spot, it's Gabor in the 61. Then 22 is Duncan. McCall now slipping into the 4th spot. Lovelace beginning to drive away from the competitors now. Lap 2 is in the books. It's Lovelace, Gabor, McCall, and Duncan. Baba finds himself in the 5th spot. Bolin in the 6th spot. Regelman 7th, Horton 8th, and the 0-5 of Harper in the 9th spot. And a tangle up in turn number 4 for Bolin and Duncan. And who's going to break free? Bolin does. He's rubbing bad. Duncan up against the wall. Regelman some problems. They're hooked together. Somebody get a hose. Lap number 4, we'll see a caution. Your leader, Jeff Lovelace. In the 2nd spot, it's the 61 of Danny Gabor. 3rd will be, second will be the 17 of Ron McCall. 3rd will be the 61 of Gabor. And 4th will be the 00 of Baba.
Go back up. Get in the car, ready to go. Come on, Fred. Back it up. Get the tire. Get ready to back up. Go.
Okay, so our infield crew has got the spill cleaned. Our pace car from the right place, Acura, ducks in at turn number 3 with Nate on board. And our drivers head for the acceleration line. That's the white stripe you see between turns 3 and turn 4. And we're just about set to go back to green flag racing action. 4 laps were in the books when we went to yellow. And Lovelace was your leader. And here comes the restart. And here comes your green flag. And so McCall makes a move early from the restart. Lovelace on the inside, McCall on the outside as they head down the backstretch. Bolin ducks inside of Harper. Here comes Lovelace by the grandstand. He'll be your leader, lap number 5. McCall single file into turn 1. They fall in behind. Gabor 3rd and Baba 4th. Bolin now moves into the 5th spot. Harper 6th, Horton 7th, Duncan 8th, and Riegelman will be the last spot, number 9. And we'll have 2 laps to go now. Next time by, leader Jeff Lovelace will take the white flag. Here comes McCall on the inside now. He's going to make a run for it. We've got 1 lap left to go. McCall on the inside, on the bumper of Lovelace. They swap a little chrome. Now, McCall dives to the inside at turn number 3. This is going to be a big finish. It's McCall on the inside, Lovelace on the outside. They come by the grandstand, and they cross Lovelace. Lovelace, your winner. And that Dennis Duncan loves a big finish.
I thought I was going to get a
All right, quickly, we'll set the field for you. The number 40, that's Ray Davis. The number 92 is Carrie Hahn. Number 10, J, is Amy Sullivan. 27 is Mike Robinson. 21 is Tom Bolin, Brother Bolin. Number 5 is Pete Anderson Jr. The 94 is driven by Brenda Mays. The 28 car is Doug Lane. And rounding out the field, the 26J car is Gary Ayers of Stockton. 8 laps, and we'll transfer the first 4 cars to the main event. Very important to the Charterway Auto Recyclers Pure Stock Division drivers. Transferring to the main allows them to avoid a B or possibly even a C main. And John drops the green flag. Hahn jumps out to the lead. Robinson right behind him on the outside. And Davis, Anderson Jr., Sullivan now slips into the 5th spot. And Doug Lane beginning a move on the outside. Slips into the 6th spot now. Challenged by Bolin in turn 3. Here comes your leader, Hahn, completing lap number 1 as your leader. And it's Robinson, Anderson Jr. Problems right off the bat for Bolin and Sullivan. Sullivan with a good run. And now problems. That'll more than likely bring out the caution. Go, 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 our flagman says. And Bolin's got a cut tire, front right tire. And Lane with problems over in turn number 2. And I'd be willing to bet dollars to donuts that's an overheating problem in that motor. Bolin cuts a tire. Doug Lane perhaps blows an engine. Looks like fluid leaking from the 28 car. And the caution flag comes out on lap number 2. And so we're back to green now. Hahn and Robinson will battle it out. Hahn on the inside, Robinson in the 27 on the outside. Pete Anderson Jr. in the 5 cars, 3rd. Down the backstretch, they come 2 wide. Hahn and Robinson battle it out in turn number 3. Now they come into the chute and out of turn number 4. Lap number 3 will be history, and Hahn will lead it by a nose. Hahn, your leader by a nose. Robinson on the outside. Hahn on the inside. Pete Anderson Jr. says, I want a piece of the action. In the 4th spot, the 26 car, that's Gary Ayers of Stockton. He's loose between 3 and 4. And so the 3 faster cars begin to separate themselves for the field. Anderson Jr. now with a move down the backstretch on Hahn. He'll duck down low at turn number 3. Anderson Jr. will get a piece of Hahn. And Hahn will hold on to that wheel. A nice piece of driving as Anderson Jr. flies by Hahn. Now they battle. Down the backstretch they come. Hahn is 2nd and Robinson 3rd. Here comes your white flag. 1 lap to go. Can Hahn catch Anderson Jr.? It's going to be a battle. He's got to get on it now, down the backstretch. Remember, the first 4 cars will transfer. Hahn again loose in turn number 3. And Anderson Jr. is your winner. And folks, as they come by here, let's give them a real nice hand. Your unofficial winner is Pete Anderson Jr. Here he comes. 2nd was Carrie Hahn of Ripon. 3rd, Mike Robinson. The Flying J Restaurant, his Country Market, his sponsor. And the 4th and final transfer spot is the 26 of Gary Ayers of Stockton. Congratulations to our top 4 drivers. Others will be looking at a B main. The number 41 is driven by Karen Wagner of Lodi. The number 39 is driven by Chris Mays of Stockton. The green and yellow 13 is Jeff All. The 54 is Donna Treadway. 47, Aaron Schenkel. 35 is Dennis Fowler. 58 is Casey Barbera. 74, C.W. Davis. They cross the acceleration line, and we're going green. And Chris Mays will jump out to the lead. They bunch up between 1 and 2, and now straighten out 3 wide and 2. Mays with the lead. Then it's the 41 of Karen Wagner in the second spot. Now they bunch up there 3 wide between 3 and 4 now. And Schenkel battling for the third spot. C.W. Davis makes it 3 wide in turn number 1. He's high. As they come out of turn number 2, he loses a few ground. And they're doing some driving gymnastics in this qualifying heat. Mays completes lap number 1, your leader. Schenkel in the second spot. Then it's Jeff All, C.W. Davis. And it's Karen Wagner, Casey Barbera, Donna Treadway, and the 35 of Fowler. 3 complete now. Mays running away with it. Chris Mays, sponsored by Stockton Wheel, with special thanks to Stockton Wheel this week, Paz Performance Center and Hunter Construction, Pep Boys, and the Sign Shop are Chris Mays' sponsor. Schenkel in the second spot. C.W. Davis now third. Then it's Jeff All in the 13 green and yellow, followed by Casey Barberas in the 58. Mays comes out of turn number 4 to complete lap number 5. 3 to go. Remember, top 4 drivers will transfer to the main. The rest will go to a B. And here is lap number 6 in the books. And next time by, our leader will take the white flag, signifying 1 lap to go, 1 lap to go. And so the 39 car of Chris Mays will run away with this qualifying heat for the Pure Stock Division. Barbera is taking a shortcut there. Or maybe not. And so as he comes by the grandstands, give him a big hand. Here's Chris Mays, ladies and gentlemen. Unofficially, Chris Mays. Oh, that gypsum sure bothers the eyes when you're out there driving. And now the battle will become down to Orville Dahl and the 97 of Guy Gabor of Manteca. 1 lap in the books on our way to 8. Gabor sneaky fast on the tail of Dahl as they head down the backstretch. 3rd, Soyseth. 4th, Brian Clark. And Ramsdale of San Jose begins to make a move into the 5th spot now. He's right on the tail of Clark. They come by the grandstand to complete lap number 2. Orville Dahl, still your leader, then Gabor, Soyseth, Clark, Ramsdale, and Graham. And Gabor dropping down low to try to get by Dahl, and does not on lap number 3. And down the backstretch they come. Orville Dahl, the leader. Then it's Gabor, then Soyseth, Clark, and Ramsdale. Graham, and rounding out the field is Stark. Gabor begin to make a move now. And they're racing clean into turn number 1. Gabor on the inside, Dahl on the outside. Gabor jumping to the lead down the backstretch. He's got a nose on Dahl as they head to turn 3 now. It's Gabor low, Dahl high. Here they come into the chute now out of turn number 4. Here comes Gabor. He'll lead lap number 5. Gabor now with the lead. Soyset in the second spot on the 52. Trying to get by Dahl. Dahl struggling to hold on to that second spot and loses it to Soyset. Fighting back now is Dahl. 5 laps in the books. Now 6. Guy Gabor taking the white flag. 1 lap to go. 1 lap to go for Guy Gabor. And as he comes by the grandstands, here comes your unofficial winner, number 97, Guy Gabor. And so, unofficially, your winner, number 97, Guy Gabor. The second spot going to the 52 of Mike Soyset of Collegeville. The third spot going to number 4, Orville Dahl. And the fourth and final spot going to number 16 of Adam Ramsdale. Congratulations, all 4 drivers will transfer. And as they come by the grandstands, come on, let me hear you. Give them a big hand. All right, one more time. And here we go. Hilton and Treadway will battle it out of turn number 2 as they head for the backstretch now. Hilton with a lead by a nose, then Treadway, Chappell, and Crawford. And at the chute, Hilton has some troubles. He's a little loose. Treadway now gaining a bit of ground. Treadway high in turn 1, Hilton low. Into turn 2, Hilton with the lead now. Down the backstretch they come. Crawford now begins to fall off the pace. This is going to be a battle. Hilton with the lead. Lap number 2. And now it's a 3-car field. As they come by the grandstand, we'll drop the white flag. 1 lap to go. And Treadway has the lead. Into turn 1 now. Hilton gives chase, and so does Chappell. Chappell won last week's Subway Sandwich Trophy Dash in the Street Stock Division. And Treadway comes out of turn number 3. Heads out of turn number 4. And your winner is Kerry Treadway. Folks, as they come by the grandstand. That's it. Good job. No. Got one of those tri-tip sandwiches. You get that from Royce's Barbecue? Did you get that from Royce's Barbecue? How good is it? Pretty darn good, huh? Now you... Oh, that's good. Okay, he's got mustard on his face. There you go. All right. Well, if you're hungry like this gentleman, be sure and get some mustard on your face. A tri-tip sandwich you'll find down there at Royce's Barbecue underneath the red tent area. And if you don't know where that is, just follow the aroma to Royce's Barbecue, or as we like to call it, 2 guys, a girl, and a barbecue place. And here we go. The green flag drops on 4 laps of racing action in our Subway Sandwich Trophy Dash for the Grand Am Division. And they're battling it out down the backstretch now. Well, just battling out with Beltrama. Beltrama now takes the lead. Beltrama driving the wheels off the 4A car. He's got the lead on Welch. Kirby now in the 3rd spot. And Stacy rounds out the field in 4th. Welch now not going to settle for 2nd place. Beltrama will collapse. He'll complete out number 2. Beltrama with the lead. Welch looking for an opening, and that might be it. Beltrama gets a little squirrely in lap number 2, but regains control. and he leads them as they come by to take the white flag. Beltrama's got 1 lap to go. Can he fend off Mark Welch? 1 lap to go. Welch loses the ground at turn number 2. Kirby has problems. Here comes Beltrama out of turn number 3 into the chute now out of turn number 4. And here he comes, your winner, Jason Beltrama. Jason Beltrama. Man, oh man. Who would have ever thought that he could have beat Mark Welch from the pole? He does in the Subway Sandwich Trophy Dash for the Grand Am division. As he comes by, let him hear you, Jason Beltrama.
Good job, man.
Until you got loose. See right there?
Good job, dude.
There's your green flag. And they battle it out in turn number 2. It's Lovelace and Anderson Jr. there, neck and neck down the backstretch. Gabor, watch the inside move. Drops down low. Does it every time. Loses a little ground on that one. Anderson Jr. nudges Lovelace. Anderson Jr. with a nudge to take the lead in front of Lovelace. Now they'll head down the backstretch and they'll be single file. It's Anderson Jr., Lovelace, Gabor, and Mays. Mays and Gabor battle it out now between 3 and 4. Here comes Anderson Jr. to complete lap number 2. Single file, they come now down the backstretch, and turn 3 is clean. They're in the chute now. They head out of turn number 4. It's Anderson Jr., Lovelace, Gabor. Now Gabor beginning to make a move. And so does Lovelace. 1 lap to go. And Anderson Jr.'s a little bit wide, but he picks it up. Lovelace second now. Is anybody going to catch Pete Anderson Jr.? Gabor has a shot on the inside, but no, he's loose. And your winner, Pete Anderson Jr. Well, this is indeed a pleasure. Jason, congratulations, buddy. Your first Trophy Dash win?
Yeah.
Congratulations. This is Ashley Cook. Say hi to do you have a girlfriend?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Just give him the trophy then. All right, next up, the winner in the Grand Am division. His sponsors, Contractors Equipment Service, Delta Plating, Allen Yorty Motorsports, A1 Transmissions of Brentwood, and Kramer's Garage. A nice hand for the driver of the number 4A car, Jason Beltrama, his first Trophy Dash win. Ashley, you're just friends, right?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Just friends, Jim. Just friends. No, he's not watching. Carrie Treadway. Hi, Carrie.
How you doing tonight?
Good. You won the Trophy Dash. How many is this for you?
I have no idea.
100?
No.
All right. Well, listen, the car looked great out there. You kind of made a come-from-behind win in the Subway Sandwich Trophy Dash. How do things look for later?
They look good. Car feels good, so we'll have to wait and see what happens. But
All right. Very good. Carrie Treadway, your current points leader in 1999, the 1998 champion. He's sponsored by Valamet Inc., Praxair, Aramark, B&R Engines, Performance Backhoe, Valley Rubber and Gasket, Stockton Industrial, Off-Road Enterprises, Motherload Equipment, and Driveline Services. A nice hand for Mr. Carrie Treadway. Joining me now, the winner of the Subway Sandwich Trophy Dash for the Pure Stock Division, Pete Anderson Jr. Pete, congratulations.
Thank you.
You know what, I can't help but notice, but when you win here at 99, you run away. Why is that? You run away from the group.
I don't know.
How's the car tonight?
I got motor problems, but it seems to be getting better.
Some motor problems, seems to be better. Okay, well, best of luck. Ladies and gentlemen, in the Pure Stock Division, it sponsors Anderson Racing, Mike's Tire, and Randy's Race Palace. A nice hand for Pete Anderson Jr.
Got the need for speed? Then what you need is Randy's Race Palace, home of Champion Chassis. Your one-stop shop for all your racing needs. Parts, roll cages, race cars, and more. Racing Fuel, your Unical 76 race gas dealer for that competitive edge. In conjunction with Alan Yorty Motorsports. So try Randy's Race Palace, 546-0899, 4283 North Wilson Way in Stockton. That's Randy's Race Palace, showing you the way to the checkered flag.
And so now down the backstretch comes Bolin, your leader. Lap number 11, followed by the 21 car of Tom Bolin. Then it's the 58 of Barberas and the 43 of Clark. And Bolin completes lap number 13. And some problems for the 58 of Barberas, coming in a little too fast to the pits. He makes an unscheduled stop. Here's your leader completing lap number 15. 10 to go now, just 10 laps to go for Bolin as your leader. Now second is the 43 car of Brian Clark. Check that third. Second is the 28 of Doug Lane. Doug Lane now second. Clark third, then Bolin fourth. It's Bolin first, Bolin fourth. And 16 laps now in the books. Check that 17, Bolin your leader, then the 28 car of Doug Lane, then the 43 of Brian Clark now. Lane and Clark will have to make some ground. They need to make up ground. Now, problems for the Bolin car. He's slowed down by the 22 of Duncan, and Lane begins to pick up some ground now. Lane closing in the gap between he and Bolin. Bolin down the backstretch, your leader. Lane in the second spot. Now Lane beginning to pull up on Bolin. Lap number 18. Lane ducking to the inside. Bolin trying to cut him off. They've got the 22 car of Duncan in front of them. And Bolin will blow by the 22 car now. Oh no! Lane, the 22 of Duncan bumps the leader, and Lane takes the lead. Lane, your leader on lap number 19, into turn 3 now. Here he comes by to complete lap number 20. 5 laps to go for Doug Lane. Can Doug Lane transfer from the B main? We'll see. The second spot is Bolin, the 11. Third is Brian Clark. Fourth is the 21 of Tom Bolin. And now Lane begins to pull away with the lead. I want to see everybody at turn 1 on your feet as they come by. 4 laps to go. And 22 laps in the books. Doug Lane still your leader. Bolin trying to close the gap now. He'll have the 45 car of Curtis Stark to contend with. He's got to get by in order to catch Lane. And now we'll have just 2 laps remaining. 2 laps remaining in this B main for the Pure Stock. The Charterway Auto Recyclers Pure Stock Division. Doug Lane, your leader down the backstretch, safely into turn number 3 now. He'll come by. He'll cross the stripe. The next time we'll have 1 lap to go. Here comes the white flag for Doug Lane. And now, safely to turn 3 is Doug Lane. Into the chute between 3 and 4, and now out of 4. Here comes your winner, Doug Lane. Second is the 11 of Tracy Bolin. Third, Brian Clark. And fourth, the 21 of Tom Bolin. Here he comes by the grandstand, your winner, Doug Victory Lane. First up, driving out of Los Banos in the number 87 car. How about a nice hand crowd for Duke Haas? Next up, driving out of Lockford this evening in the number 82 car. His sponsors, Floorman, Napa of Lockford, Brackett's Garage, K&K Tire and Wheel, Foothill Pizza, Vintage Car and Truck, Muffler Man, Central Cal Auto Electric, T&N Paint and Body, Charterway Tow, Stockton Auto Glass, a number hand for number 82, Jeremy Hammond. Next up, driving out of Lodi, sponsors, Brandon Tire, Meeks Building Center, G&S Design, Lodi Avenue Liquors, Motor by B.J. McDonald, Kevin Wall, with thanks to Dave Davis, Heads by Steve, and Galswick Racing. He was voted most likely to be kissed. Number 57, Mike Garcia. Next up, he was the 97 Street Stock Rookie of the Year, driving out of Modesto in the Cowles Engine and Machine, Burkett's Pool Plastering, Legal Photocopy Service, Al Clark, Attorney at Law, Thrift Plumbing, Michael Taylor, Chiropractic, number 56 car, Greg Albiani. Next up, ladies and gentlemen, driving out of Banta, a nice hand for number 13, Mark Borges. Next up, ladies and gentlemen, driving out of Clements, sponsored by Lodi Tire Service, Wiggum and Burnt Ranch, Lodi Backhoe, Ted's Welding, Lodi Battering, Ron Gross Racing Motors, Cherokee Auto Body and Paint, Auto House of Lockford, Burnt Tree Service, Transmissions by Hal, and Brackett's Garage, number 1, Johnny Burnt. Next up, driving out of Modesto in the 73 Camaro, he's a rookie, sponsored by K-Pax Insurance of Modesto, number 17, Scott Griffith. Next up, ladies and gentlemen, in the number 6 car, driving out of Stockton, sponsors, Delta Truck Center, Vandepol Enterprises, Valley Material and Transmissions, Transport, Reeve Trucking, Gillies Trucking, Report Radiator, Jim Artman Trucking, Cal Nutcracker, Dr. Lutkin. It's the number 6 car of Ed Cullum. Next up, ladies and gentlemen, driving the number 15 Scott Chappell car this evening, his sponsors, Valley Industries, Machine Service and Parts, Royce's Barbecue, Big O Tires, Transmissions by Hal, Lodi Small Car Sales, and Randy's Race Palace. He was 5th in points in 98. Number 3, the 15 car this evening is Robert Canetto. Next up, driving out of Stockton, he was 3rd in points in 98. His sponsors, Paz Performance Center, Energy Wise Mechanical, Dave Morora Construction, Hank and Tony's Fencing, and Repco Tow. A nice hand for number 0, the Wild Thing, Jerry Crawford. Driving out of Lodi in the 84 Chevy Monte Carlo, his sponsors, Steel River Construction, Transmissions by Hal, Gary Signs, PTC Inc., Randy's Race Palace, with special thanks to Dave Bender, the Canitto Crew, and Scott Chappell Auto Transport. The 98 Rookie of the Year, number 15, Scott Chappell. Next up, driving out of Manteca in the 76 Camaro, his sponsors, TP Ranch, Grandpa Reba, Manor Ranch Incorporated, Steve Eno's General Contracting, Mormon's Water Systems, Hilton's Electric, Annie Mary, Brandon Tire, Accent Carpets, U.S. Food Service, Acampo Ag Service, and Smart and Final Food Distributors, number 38, Joe Hilton. And ladies and gentlemen, from the pole, he drives out of Stockton. He was the 98 champion. His sponsors, Valamet Inc., Praxair, Aramark, P&R Engines, Performance Backhoe, Valley Rubber and Gasket, Stockton Industrial, Off-Road Enterprises, Mother Load Equipment and Driveline Service, number 8, Kerry Treadway. Drivers, start your engine. so there is our pace car diving out in turn number 3, and our drivers will head for the acceleration line. That's the white line down there between turns 3 and turn 4, and we're set to go green on 25 laps of racing action in the street stock division, our main event. And there's the green flag. And Treadway will come by the grandstand to lead lap number 1, giving chase Chapel, Hilton, and Knittel. And now Knittel sees an opening, and he ducks into it to take the second spot away from Chapel. Treadway begins to pull away. Knittel trying to give chase. Hilton in the third spot, then Chapel, then Burnt, then Borges, Cullum, Griffith, Garcia. They come by the grandstands. 3 laps complete on our way to 25. And Treadway completes lap number 4 as your leader. He begins to pull away from the crowd. The car is fast tonight. Knittel will have his work cut out for him. And here's Treadway. Treadway with a 3-second lead over Knittel at this point, beginning to pull away even further. It's Knittel in the second spot. Hilton third, then Chapel and Borges. And so Treadway beginning to run away now with this event. The battle is for second. A good battle between Knittel and Hilton right on the tail. Not far behind is Chapel in the other 15. Then it's the 17 of Griffith. Johnny Burnt in the 1. Ed Cullum, a problem in turn number 2 for Albiani. He spins. A black flag also comes out for the 15 of Scott Chapel. And so problems for the Duke Haas car. He'll head to the pits. Albiani dragging a little bit of extra weight around. Chapel has been black flagged. He's sent to the pits. And Johnny Burnt makes an unscheduled stop as well in the 1 car. And now Albiani has been black flagged as well. He'll go around one more time and he'll duck into the pits. Chapel's got the 100-mile-an-hour tape going on that hood, and he's going to join the field. And he will be a down car when he does. Problems for the Knittel car. 15 a spin between 1 and 2. And he's on the infield grass as the leader now comes by and completes lap number 12. It's Treadway. Treadway beginning to lap the field now. He'll go by the 82 of Hammond. Next up will be the 15 of Scott Chapel, already a down car. The second spot is the 38 car of Hilton coming by now. And Borges will pit. All right, we'll put the clock on the number 8 car as it comes by to find out the lead. And now Treadway with a 5-second lead on Hilton. We'll have a caution for the 13 car of Borges on lap number 16. And our pace car from the right place, Acura of Stockton, will rejoin the field.
Calm down, man.
And so there's the pace car ducking out at 387. That's Duke Haas ducking in, and he will make it just under the gun, but find himself way behind the field. Our drivers head for the acceleration line between 3 and 4, and we're set to go green now. And here we go. Treadway now leads them down the backstretch. And Hilton gives chase. He's got Crawford between he and Treadway. He'll have to get by Crawford first in order to catch Treadway. Crawford, a seasoned veteran, moves out of the way. Now we've got a battle for first. And Treadway will cross the stripe to complete lap number 19. Treadway about to pass the Haas car now. He'll duck down low in turn number 1 to get by. Haas will let him by. Hilton giving chase. And so a spin in the chute between 3 and 4 for Jeremy Hammond, and the 82 car brings out the caution on lap number 21. And here they go. And Treadway leads them down the backstretch, and Hilton giving chase. Now, Ed Cullum, the 6 car, moving into the 3rd spot. And problems for the Canidal 15 car, and a checkered yellow flag for Kerry Treadway.
Communication needs in your future? Well, what you need is Lagorio Communications, your AT&T factory representative. Also, your Motorola Communications dealer. Cell phones, two-way radios, race car headsets, racing radios, and more. Whatever your communication needs are, Lagorio is there to help. For all my communication needs, Alan Yorty Motorsports uses the clear voice, the clear choice. Lagorio Communications. Call today, 1-800-446-2290, 2771 East French Camp Road in Manteca. That's Lagorio Communications. Call today.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's now time to meet our drivers and their sponsors in the Grand Am division. The lineup for our main event from left to right. First off, driving out of Stockton, sponsors Energy Wise Mechanical, Emmons Racing, Performance Backhoe, and Valumet Inc. The number 93 car this evening will be driven by Merle Emmons. Next up, driving out of Stockton, sponsors Stock Car Fabrication, Accurate Tractor Service, Flocini Janitorial, Quinteros Auto Dismantlers, Fremont Center Liquors, Filter Engineering, Savala Guest Homes, and Road Signs. The B0B car is Bob Troll. Next up, driving out of Lodi, sponsored by Alpine Helicopters, with special thanks to Jim Patton Roofing, Atlas Disposal, and Transmissions by Howe. Number 29 is Dwayne Appadale. Next up, driving out of Stockton, his sponsors, B&R Automotive, Maxwell Motor Supply, NorCal Battery, Johnny's Welding, and Kiger Powder Coating. A nice hand for a gentleman who had his birthday just Wednesday. He's now 17 years old, Sean Wenzel. Driving out of Manteca in the Red Wing shoes, number 20 X car. A nice hand for Ben Lewis. Next up, driving out of Stockton in the Nesco, B&R Racing Motors, CarQuest of Manteca, Sears Automotive, number 98 car, Gino Conasoto. The driver of the 40X car, pure stock to the pits, please. Driver of the 40X, pure stock to the pits immediately. Next up, driving out of Orangevale in the Welch Motorsports, number 81 car. A nice hand for Shane Welch. Driving out of Ceres in the Custom Sounds of Tracy, Cox Brothers Tire of Tracy, RU Extreme Wake Surf and Skate, VNF Auto Body, Mr. Ed's Muffler and Brake, Gladden Equipment Erectors, with special thanks to Jim Kraft and family, number 99, James Burgess. Next up, driving out of Stockton in the Coors Light A to Z wood turning, number 28 X car, it's Aaron Young. Next up, driving out of Stockton, the car is owned by Randy's Race Palace. Sponsors, Alan Yorty Motorsports, BJL Racing, RB Construction, Finish Line Awards, Transmissions by Howe, and Chuck's Hamburgers. Number 87 is John Unger. Driving out of Modesto in the Rocky and Irene Medina Wood Products, Wilcox Electric, 5-minute car wash, Process Specialties, American West Publishing, Barham Construction, Holt Brothers Dismantlers, Heads by Steve, number 75 X-Car, Eddie Wilcox. Driving out of Stockton in the Stockdale Painting, Inlands Painting, Susie's Mexican Restaurant, Chuck's Hamburgers, Fowler's Auto Body, the Sandish family, Big O Tires, Premdor, number 72 car, Jim Stockdale. Driving out of Stockton in the Nesco, B&R Racing Motors, CarQuest of Manteca, Sears Automotive, number 97 is Danny Conasoto. Driving out of Tracy in the Craig Rodman's Victory Chassis Parts Inc., Mike's Body Shop, number 97S, Scott Winters. Driving double duty tonight in the Street Stock Division as well as the Grand Am Division. He was 5th in points in 98. Valley Industries, Machine Service and Parts, Royce's Barbecue, Big O Tires, Transmissions by Howe, Lodi Small Car Sales, and Randy's Race Palace, number 3, Robert Canetto. Out of Benicia, the city with a bridge. Sponsors, Calumet Fabrications, Inc., Ace Tires Martinez, the Racer's Choice for Tires, number 25, Barry Calumet. Driving out of North Highlands, took the week off last week, let his crew chief drive. Sponsors, Big O Tires of Hammer Lane, Muffler Tech of Hammer Lane, Welch Motorsports, transmissions by Howe, Walmer's Machine in the sign shop. Number 1X is Dastardly Dan Dabbs. Next up, out of Sacramento, his sponsors, Movado Body Shop, Wins, Pro Farms, Cook's Racing Pigs of Golf, and who in the heck is Joe Ortega? The number 1P car is the young one, racing Jason Philpott. Next up, sponsors, Hertz Rental Equipment, Landgrow Inc., Valley Balancing, Limos Construction, RDCO, transmissions by Howe, Astasi Tile, and the sign shop. This is the 90A Wendt construction car of Jason Kirby. Next up in the 91 car, he was the 97 champ, third in points in 98. Sponsors, Stacy Plastering, Stockton Wheel Service, The Sign Shop, Stock Car Fabrications, Off-Road Enterprises, California Sign Company, Stockton Driveline Service, McSparran Auto Glass, Charterway Auto Recyclers, Stockton Petroleum, P&S Landscape Maintenance, and Mallards of Stockton and Modesto. 91 is Steve Stacy. Next up, ladies and gentlemen, second in points in 1998. He has won 5 straight main events. He's won 11 main events this year, 14 last year, 25 in 2 years. Sponsored by Tognotti's Auto World and Welch Motorsports. A nice hand for 1A, Mark Welch. And on the inside pole, the gentleman that Jason Kirby warned us about, he's got a fast car tonight. His sponsors, Contractors Equipment Service, Delta Plating, Allen Yorty Motorsports, A1 Transmissions of Brentwood, and Kramer's Garage. The pole sitter, number 4A, Jason Bell Drama Drivers. Start your engines.